Zambia Blog Talk Radio.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. It is Saturday, May the 13th, and ZBTR TV is back live on your broadcast. Please tell a friend that the show is on, share the link, and we are ready to go. Today, we are excited. We are dealing with a very interesting gentleman who's got a unique gift. He's got a unique way in the way he does media. As you all may be aware, media is a very important component of a democratic process. And with the coming of social media platforms, everything has just transformed and things have just become different. Without much ado, I'm looking forward to this discussion today, to a gentleman who is making a difference and presenting his own message to the democratic process of Zambia as a great nation. My guest today is Mr. Joseph Chishimba. He's the founder, he's the director, he's the content creator at Grassroots Media. Joseph, welcome to the show. Good afternoon to you.
Thank you very much, and I appreciate to you. May God bless you for bringing me on this big forum. I appreciate so much.
Excellent, excellent. We're looking forward to this discussion. First of all, Joseph, before we go any further, I think people would like to know about you since you are featuring for the first time on the show. Let me just begin by asking this question. Who is Joseph Chishimba? Where in Zambia were you born and raised?
I'm popular known as JC in Zambia. I'm Joseph Chishimba, as you have said. I was born in the Copper Belt in a very difficult circumstance, because after I was born, then my mother a few years later died. So I don't, in my mind, I don't even know how my mother used to look. But fortunately enough, that chance of seeing my father is also late. Then I'm a producer. I'm a film producer. Some people, they know me in Zambia as a film producer. I'm a writer, and you know, when you are a writer, a script writer, you are a producer, you are a director, maybe you are directing a production. I do a lot of things because of what I went to start from different schools, especially media programs.
Excellent.
If you have another question, you can ask. But I've been in almost 4 provinces. It's like I was raised in Copper. I was born in Copper Belt. I was in Northern Province. I was at Lubush Seminary because I really wanted to be a priest. I really wanted to be a priest. Yes, I really wanted to be I wanted to be a priest. So my brother and my cousin, we really wanted to be priests. So my cousin is a priest now. He's in Kenya.
Okay.
He's in Kenya. He's a priest. Yeah, he's sharing about 2 or 3 countries. So I really wanted to be a priest so that I can stand on the truth, because the Bible says you shall speak the truth, nothing but the truth, and you should stand on the truth. So I really wanted to be a priest, but God has anointed us according to His will, because the plans of God are different of our plans. So I decided to be in this car. Yes, I decided to do what I'm doing now.
Excellent.
For the benefit of the society. Yes.
So how did you come up with, I know you've said you are a writer, you are a script writer, you are a producer, and you do a lot of stuff in the media. How did the idea of grassroots media come up? What motivated, what inspired you to come up with the grassroots media?
My focus was to study history first, to know where the freedom fighters. I really wanted to know where the freedom fighters of Africa. That was my interest. So I looked at Dr. Julius Nyerere from Tanzania. Then I said, okay, I'll look at the lifestyle of Julius Nyerere. Then I looked also at the life of Dr. Kenneth Kaunda, the former president of the Republic of Zambia. Then I looked also on the other side of the borders. I was inspired by Nelson Mandela, who stood with South Africans. Because when you want to do better things for the people, you need to put the interest of the people first before you put your own interest. When you look at Mandela, Mandela was jailed for 27 years. And what he was fighting for is because of the people, the lives of the people of South Africa. When you look at Kaunda, Mugabe were tortured by the colonialists, but they stood on their principles to defend and protect the lives of their people. So these people, they inspired me so much. Then I looked up to Mother Teresa, because me, I like reading books. So I've been following, even if she died, but I've been following her footsteps of Mother Teresa of Calcutta from India. She stood with she had to put the interest of the people first, not her interest. Then from there, I got an inspiration to say, I think Mother Teresa, she can be my role model and my mother. Then also, Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King. These are some of the people, at least, they have made me who I am today. So I've been inspired by these people. That's why I decided to say, how can I be the voice for the voiceless? I decided to go to South Africa, to go and see what is in South Africa. Then I also had an opportunity to go to Tanzania, and also had to pass through Zimbabwe. So that these people have inspired me. When I'm talking about them, really they stood with Africans, they stood with their countries, and they had to put their interest of their countries first. That's why Mugabe was beaten and tortured, Kaunda, and also Nyerere, and Mandela from South Africa. These were people who stood with the people, and that is the spirit that I've taken, and that's why I started the grassroots media to be a voice for the voiceless.
That's right. Excellent, excellent. You have taken a unique approach in the way you both gather and disseminate information about Joseph. Please share with us how you did it, or in line with your theme of your media organization. We take 3 steps ahead every day. What made you come up with that theme? We take 3 steps ahead every day.
In life, you have to put God first. Me, I was born in a Catholic, culture. In a Catholic culture, we believe in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. There are 3 things that you need to be. If you want to become a Christian, you have to believe in God. You have to believe in the Son. You have to believe in the Holy Spirit. So for us to take 3 steps, We need to be guided by the Holy Spirit. We need to be guided by Jesus Christ and the creator of the universe, God himself. So we decided to say, we are going to take, or I'll take 3 steps ahead every day. I cannot do it by myself. God is the author and the finish of life. I need to put God first in everything that I'm doing. And if you put yourself in the life of God, you put in the interest of the people first. That's why Jesus Christ died for our sins, because he had put the interest of us, not himself. So when we say the grassroots media, we take 3 steps ahead, we really need to be guided by God and everything that we speak. And wherever we are getting the information, God has to speak to us through, especially me as the director. I need to kneel down to God so that God can speak to me through dreams. Sometimes I can have dreams, and when I tell the people, it has to come to pass. And I need to be ahead of everyone, because when you believe in God, God will always protect you and guide you, because we have to put God first in everything that we touch. So we take 3 steps ahead every day, because there is a Holy Spirit, Jesus Christ, and God, the creator of the universe, that we need to fear, all of us. That's why we say we take 3 steps ahead every day. Sometimes we can even tell what will happen in Zambia. Like we warned the Zambian people in 2022. We told them, you Zambian people in the 2023, everyone will be crying. Everybody will be complaining. They never took it seriously. And this is what is happening now in the Republic of Zambia, in every corner of the country. The people are complaining because of the leadership of His Excellency the President, Mr. Chishimba. And we have got our sources where we get information, because we need to network, and at the same time, we need to go back to the people. Because when you want to become a leader, you need to put the people first. You cannot be a leader if you put your interest. Put the interest of the people first, then you'll be a great leader. Why? Look at Mandela, look at KK, look at Julius Mwalimu Nyerere. These people, they are to put their heads on a chopping board to fight for the people, not their interest. Because if you put your interest, then you are going to use your stomach to think. You are not going to use your head. When you start using your head to think, you are going to stand with the people and protect. Now, if you need to have not eaten anything, God will provide. Like with the grassroots media, sometimes wherever we have been, we have got the experience where we have got a car gives us a problem. We look up to God. Sometimes we have no food, but we need to put the interest of the Zambian people first, because these are the people that there is a reason why I was born in Zambia, and I'm there to protect the interest of the people, because we can see the abuse by the people in the offices. They are like chameleons. They change when they are in opposition. They are with the people. Once they get into government, they change like a chameleon. They start looking at the people who had put them into offices like they are not human beings. And those are the people we, the grassroots media, we stand with, so that we can help. Because the grassroots media, we believe that it takes a wise man to count. It takes a wise man to read books, but it takes a fool to count the waves of the sea. The waves when you are at the ocean, you see the beauty of the ocean and the waves, the way they are coming. But the wise man who see and read the books when the waves are coming. We need to protect the interests of Africans. We are Africans. We are Zambians. So even me, I want to be like anyone. But when I want to stop, God tells me, your mission is to speak on behalf of the people.
What Joseph, your style of gathering information and disseminating, you travel across the country, right? What are you experiencing? What are you hearing from the people? What are you seeing when you go across the country? What are you experiencing?
That is, I like that question. Well, you know, I want to give you an example of Zimbabwe and South Africa, because I've been there. In South Africa, there are Shonas and Ndebelezi. Cross over even to Zimbabwe. These are big tribes, eh?
Yeah.
So, where in other countries, the way I have been in other countries and I compare what is happening in our country, our country is more like we have not come to understand. We need to look for a leader. When you are looking for a leader, you don't look for a leader who is rich. You don't look for a leader who is more intelligent because he can speak very well, because he's educated. You look at a leader who is able to deliver, because there is a motto in Zambia which is called "One Zambia, One Nation." We need to be united. But the way it is now in Zambia, wherever we have been, you hear the other group, they are complaining. This side, no, these people there, they are not okay. See what happened, like this. See what happened the way we are voting. And we are trying by all means to educate our people. We cannot dwell our efforts in the past. We cannot change the past, but we can change the future. And wherever we have gone, I want to give you a practical example. I want to give an example on the current president, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, who is the Republican president of our country. When Hakainde was in opposition, he was winning most of the times in southern province, western and northwestern province. In other provinces, he was not winning because his energy was in the 3 provinces. I think in one of those who are in the media, we the grassroots media, were the first people who advised Hakainde Hichilema to say, if you want to win the election, you cannot only concentrate in 3 provinces. You need to be moving around so that at the end of the day, they should know you in the whole country. And I'm happy he followed the advice from us and other people who advised him. But currently enough, because in Zambia, there is a culture where we don't believe in good leadership. We want to try. And where we have been, people complain to say, others are saying we made a mistake to change the government. Because when you look at the PF are the people, like I want to give you an example. PF at Winter Kabimba, PF at Chishimba, given Uvinda, these big politicians, they were in PF and they worked with most of them, they worked with Edgar Chagwarum. Infrastructure has been transformed, because if you come back in Zambia and you look at the way Zambia was in terms of UNIP and the way it was in MMD and the way it is after the Patriotic Front, when you compare the two, you find that the Patriotic Front with that great team, that Michael started a trend, because when these people KPF, Simbakambwiri, few to mention, like this given Ubindas, they were trained by a politician who was in the government for many years, because Sata was in UNIP and Sata also was in the MMD. He had the experience to nurture the people he was inspiring to be leaders for the future. That's why when you look at PF delivered. But the UPND, most of the people who are working in UPND, they have got no experience. And in English they say, experience is a good teacher. We have got problems in this country. And Zambians now are looking up to these politicians. Kelvin Ibuariafube, Zambia must prosper. They are looking up to Fred Membe, Socialist Party. They are looking at these opposition political parties. They need to give them one person who can help to govern this country. Because the way we are today, Zambian people are complaining and they are looking outside the box. Who is going to take over from Hakainde Hichilema's government? Because they are saying UPND is one-term government. That's what they are saying. Why? Because when the KPF, when they were working as a team in the PF, these people, the Kambwiris and the entire team, they made it very sure that they were was selling at 17 kwacha. Hakainde, when he was in the opposition, he cheated the Zambian people that once I come into government, you'll be buying fuel at 12 kwacha. And today, fuel almost had to hit almost 30 kwacha. And when you look at the previous government, the UPND, they won the election through lies, because the Zambian people, they expected cheaper fuel, they expected Miu to be cheaper. Today, the people of Copper Belt are crying because it was in UNIP time when the people, they were queuing up for Miu. Today, the Zambian people, there is shortage of Miu, which was happening time of Kaunda. And the people of Zambia, they changed the government from UNIP to MMD because of food. Zambian people, you can't cheat them about food. They trust they want to eat. And when you look at the lives of the Zambian people are complaining in almost the corners of the country where we have been. Because the reason why we go to the people is to meet the people, get the information, and help this government so that they can know how to govern the people. And that is our main vision as grassroots media. We support the opposition political parties, and also we support the ruling party. When we correct the ruling party and they are failing to do what we are telling them, we have told them it is only one term. The Zambian people, they are going to kick you out of government. Why? Because they were buying fuel at 17 kwacha, and today they are buying more than 25 kwacha. People they are comparing. Now the problem which we have now, which leader is going to take over from Hakainde Hichilema? That's why today with the grassroots media, that's why
That's the big question mark, Joseph, right there. Who is going to take over from? All right, you are watching ZBTR TV. My guest today is Jesse Joseph Chishimba. Is the director at Grassroots Media. I like your style of disseminating and gathering information where you go around the nation. Our theme discussion today is the role of media in a democracy. Chishimba, you've raised a lot of issues in my response to my question, but I won't go to those issues that you have raised. I want us to do this, okay?
Yes, boss.
The opposition political parties in Zambia. That's the reason I brought you here, because of your interaction among political parties. I want us to play a video. I want us to play a video clip, and then we are going to discuss. Okay? Let's watch this. Let's watch this.
Reduce my election.
30 ba PF tulefa president.
Tupeni president.
Apa instala mbapo to Africa. Lekeni tukwate president mu party.
Toikala sana no president.
Tete tulerusa ama election kunsala. Mwana nama Zambians ofa balechura muno mucharo. Nama Zambians batosekera kutusamu kunsala.
Era opo bakwete ni mwebo.
Opo bakwete ni PF. Nomba tamule barangisha light kuntanshi. Muri bizo okularwa. Finjo fo muleru irara.
Election bara bati bari votera leader tabare mona leader
amazamya tabeshi bedi nani bari konga mu PF
bari konga mu PF
basugire bana mayo bayimba papa women's day uikete na mutu ikata ku molo telefo ku
bari umfisho ubyo
so ba MCC mwema leaders wa PF ikale ni punch telefo a president
to pay ni president mu PF
lekenya ama members wa PF baka yesa la president bari fwa ya bene ifo bakasala.
Okay. You heard those are PF members. I don't want to use the word cadre. Those are PF members, and they are complaining that lack of an elected president in the party is what is causing the party not to look organized. Those are PF members. Would you say the government and President Hakainde Hichilema is on a ploy to deregister PF when the confusion is within the party? What's your response to that?
First of all, I want to say, in leadership first. Leadership comes from God first. Let us understand this point. And every confusion has got its own purposes. You have to understand that point. Because you see, here in Zambia, that's why today the Zambian people are complaining, because they thought His Excellency Mr. Hakainde Hichilema had the solution to fix the economy, and now the economy has fixed the UPND. Because the reason why it is very simple. Why? In leadership, there is what we call presidential star. You know, people, they want just to have a party president. Even me, I'll be happy to see the Patriotic Front to have the president, because this is the major opposite political party. They have got the MPs, they have got the councillors, they have got the chairpersons, and these, they have got the numbers in parliament. I'll be happy to see a Patriotic Front president. But patience, please, because we are talking about someone who can take over from Hakainde Hichilema. This person must be a leader to love the widows. This person must be a leader to love the civil servants. This person must be a leader to look after every person who lives in Zambia, and even the people who are coming from other countries. So choosing a leader to be a president to take from Hakainde Hichilema, let the Patriotic Front take time, because we don't want to fall in another trap where Hakainde Hichilema leaves the government and you bring another person who is going to add more salt in the wounds of the Zambian people. So with the grassroots media, we have been to all opposite political parties leaders. And the reason we have gone to them, we are looking at unity and love. Because you see, when we go back to history, when you look at Kaunda, Nkumbula, and Kapwepwe, these people, they are their separate organizations. But at one point, they came together for the benefit of the Zambian people. So when these people, they are saying, no, we need a PF president. Yes, PF president is needed. But we should understand that when God is about to anoint a leader, God takes time. Yeah, because this is spiritual. We are talking about more than 18, 19 million people. A leader has to look after these people. So it's not a leader that you can just pick like then he's a leader. You need to take time and pray to God. I've been advising the PF. You're the PF, you are the people who came up with the day of prayers. Why can't you come up with another day? You only PF members to pray so that God can give you a president for the party. Because we are looking at a leader who can take over from Hakainde. Now, we don't want to have another problem where the Zambian people will continue crying because of failed leadership. We don't want that. We want to see a leader who will come and unite Zambia. Among these people who are standing on PF ticket, who can unite Zambia, who can speak one Zambia, one nation, who can bring development in the all corners of this country. Because we don't want a situation, this person is the president, and because he's coming from Eastern province, only the Easterners must be in high offices. We don't want it, because this person is coming from Wapura, is the president, he can only develop Wapura. We don't want. So the PF, they need to sit down and pray to God, so that God can give a leader who can look after the Patriotic Front and also, in general, Zambia as a country. You get what I'm saying? So this language which is in the PF, we as grassroots, we as grassroots media,
but Joseph,
we are.
Go.
When we look at these people in PF, you know, God is lifting people who are humble. That's what we have to understand. Nobody knew that, no one knew that Edgar can be a president. No one knew that Rupia Banda can be a president. Nobody knew that Levi Mwanawasa, who resigned from active politics, he was at the farm. But because he had the presidential star shining on his head, that's why he became a president. You cannot force yourself to be a president. You cannot force yourself to be a president. These people who are aspiring for PF president, sometimes they might think there is one. Maybe there is nobody. Someone outside the box can come in and be a PF president. So, and become president. Because presidential star has to sit on someone's head. It is from Genesis. Jesus Christ was born in a manger. There was a star which was moving, and the three wise men were following a star. So where Jesus Christ was born, the star stopped moving. So where is the picture there? Because Akainde Ichilema is a president now. He does to saying the presidential star has already moved. It is seated on someone else. Someone else somewhere. It is seated. So we cannot take this as our in human being form. We have to take this spiritually, because leaders are appointed by God. God appoints kings and removes kings.
You know, you notice I'm not taking my conversation towards the president, HH. I'm not asking you anything about him deliberately, because your work is to help build the opposition movement, right? That's your focus.
Yes, that's our focus. Because when he was in opposition, we helped him. Now he's in the ruling party. We need to stand with the poor. Because if all of us we go to UPND, who's going to speak on behalf of the people? That's why with the grassroots media, we said we are going to give 10% to the ruling party and 90% to the opposition political parties, because we have got a lot of opposition political parties in Zambia. We need to attend to them. That's our vision, and that's our goal. So we need people.
You see, Joseph, that's why I told you that's the reason I brought you here, because I wanted the audience to hear from a media personality or media organization which is from the opposition point of view. We are going to play another video clip, and I want us to discuss what's going to be in the video clip. But meanwhile, let's take a break, okay? Let's take a commercial break as we take a break.
Natasha.
Welcome back to the show. My guest this morning, afternoon, where if you're watching from Zambia, Africa, and in the evening for those in the Western Pacific. My guest this morning is Jesse Joseph Chishimba, is the director at Grassroots Media. Our discussion is the role of media in a democracy. Joseph's vision is to push, prompt, and nudge the opposition movement so that they get out of their slumber. But Chishimba, before we play another video, PF announced a convention twice. It has never happened. What's happening? What's going on?
First of all, when we look at the constitution of the Patriotic Front, because we should also look at the constitution first. There are people who left the Patriotic Front. There are people who left the Patriotic Front and they came back. So the time they left the Patriotic Front, the constitution of the Patriotic Front was amended. It was amended Now, since the Patriotic Front, they are in opposition, and those people who went, they need to be given a chance to stand on the PF ticket. So before they go to the convention, what is important, let them amend their constitution so that everybody, even those people in diaspora, if they want to come and participate in the election, they are given the chance to participate, rather than only a few individuals who can go for a convention and win the election. That's why they have said, no, we need to amend the constitution. And I think as with the grassroots media, we supported that because we don't want more division in the opposition political parties. We are looking up to a united opposition political parties, because we have seen in this in Africa, there are small opposition political parties. Some of them, they just come when there is a general election, and that way it is not helping Africa to develop. We need few opposition political parties so that they can put the interest of the people first. So even in the Patriotic Front, we are happy that even if they can change, it is good for them, because they are looking at not to, they don't want to cut the bridge for those people who left the party, and they are backing the party, and moreover they are in MCC. So there is no way a big political party like PF, they can cut the bridge for those who want to aspire as PF president. As grassroots media, we supported. We are not worried. We are only worried that the economy of the country is not the way it was in the Patriotic Front. That is our worry. And we are looking up to the Patriotic Front at least to come forward and give us a party president who can speak on behalf of the people. But you know, politics is a game. It is a chessboard. Sometimes they might say politicians, they know this PF, they were in opposition for 10 years and they came into government for 10 years. So they have got experience more than these were in government. Understand that point. So whatever is happening in government, they have got experience, and I think they are working on their they are working on whatever they are planning for a better future for the party.
Okay, let's watch this video and then we shall also discuss what is in the content of this video.
Tell you that we know more than what is being let out here.
What do you know?
We know more than what is being let out.
What do you know?
I can tell you, for example, that the former First Lady, when she gave that money to the so-called niece, that niece kept the money. And that niece of ours was suspected to be barren. Now, she went and approached the other lady, who is known to be a Nanga or something, that she needs help to conceive. So the lady said to her, okay, I will help you, but you don't need to pay me, but you can only appreciate me if you get results. She was given herbs. She conceived after 6 months, and then 9 months later she gave birth. When she gave birth, she had to go and say thank you to the lady. But now she kept going there and giving the lady monies, and in huge sums, 100,000, 200,000.
And this money came from the former.
Yes, she was keeping that money from the former first lady. So she started giving the lady. When they asked her, the former first lady asked her, where is my money? She says, no, so the woman I Congolese is yet to give me. When they consistently asked her, she now took them to the same lady and said, this is the lady. That is how that lady now ended up being abducted by those 6 men, the armed men. So there are issues in this thing that sometimes we just don't want to let out everything at once, because it's still a matter of investigation.
Let me get the reaction from.
Let's stop it there. Who tell the audience who that man is, Chishimba?
That man is Tabo Kawana. Tabo Kawana. Okay. First of all, Tabo Kawana, he was in PF. He was a member of the Patriotic Front. You know, these politicians, these African politicians, sometimes you can be with them and you think you are with them, whilst they are not with you. Because when you look at Tabo Kawana, Thabo Kawana was a member of Patriotic Front. Even when Edgar Chirungo was coming in and out of the country, he used to be at the airport waiting for the president to come and greet him. But today is in UPND, and now is fighting the party which he benefited, because he benefited out of that political party. He benefited out of that. And you see, that's why we in Africa, this is the reason why we, the grassroots media, we stand with the people, not with the politicians, because the politicians, they change. They can change at any time and start attacking the people they were sharing plates and eating together. This Kawana, he was a PF member who worked with Edgar Chagwarungu, and today is in the UPND. So every day now, he's moving from one studio to another, from one TV station to another radio station. When he and opposition, they are talking about governance of the country. He's not invited. As long as it's Emmanuel Mwamba who is on air, he has to go there. So this type of governance.
Sorry to cut you short, but Joseph, I heard about that everywhere Emmanuel Mwamba or some opposition member is appearing, he has to show up, and I saw some video clip. So you are saying Kawana is abusing the media?
Yes. Why is, you see, in the media fraternity, they are loose. You cannot go. Every media house has got what we call a sacred art, a sacred room. A sacred room is a studio whereby you cannot just go with unplanned because somebody is on air is talking. You can go there. No, because you see, journalists before they go on air, they prepare. They talk with the guest. So there is no way you are not invited because somebody is talking about governance. You go and disrupt a program. No, listen. If HH was when he was in opposition, when he was telling people that when he is going to be voted, he's going to people that will be buying a bag of Miu at 50 kwacha. Nobody went to disrupt the radio program. When Akainde was saying, when I'm swearing, when they are going to swearing, when I'm going to be swearing in by 10 hours, by 14 hours, dollar will drop. And dollar is going to depreciate. Kwacha is going to appreciate. Nobody stormed the studio because they respected the journalists. We need to respect the journalists. They are human beings. Politicians are making money because of journalists. Without a journalist, nobody can know a politician. So the journalists, they need to be respected, especially when the programs, they have designed the program and they are already in a studio. You cannot just go and knock on a studio because you want to protect the interest of your party. And above all, Kawana is a civil servant. So if he wants to be in politics, let him jump out of the wagon of government and be on the bench of politics. Because you can't combine. You are a civil servant, you are getting taxpayers' money, then you are also doing politics. Because that's why we have got the Minister of Information there. He's working as if he's a Minister of Information. What else he's just a piece of cake. He has gotten at the Minister of Information. So let him stop immediately abusing the media. The media, they are human beings. The media personnel, they plan. The media personnel, they need to be respected. The media personnel, in fact, what I was expecting, Kawana, I wish he said, let us increase money for the journalists. Because UPND benefited out of these poor journalists who are in Zambia. But they have never said, let us increase your salaries. Let him go in the studio and announce that we have increased salaries for you journalists at ZNBC or any private sector, television or radio station that is making noise when somebody has been invited just because he wants to make a name. You cannot make a name in such a way. We are Zambian people. We have got a culture. We respect people. Even those in high offices, even those people in low offices, we need to respect them. So there is no way Kawana can just be bouncing, going around in all studios. He's not respecting the media fraternity, because these people, they work. And they have got rules they follow in every studio. Like my brother, when you go to a TV station, you find that there are multiple cameras. Those multiple cameras, they are centered according to the guests. Now you enter into a studio, meaning that the studio managers, they need to reset because there is another intruder that was coming to the studio. We cannot work like that. And we respect the media. The media is a tool. The media helps the government. When you look at accountability, transparency, and freedom of speech, it's because of the media. Without the media, we cannot talk about transparency, accountability, and freedom of speech. We can't. So can the UPND government respect the media? These people in Zambia, journalists in Zambia, I can see they are one of the poorest journalists in maybe in Africa. When you look at journalists, you can cry. Some of them, they are not even on salaries. So can a government which was boasting,
Joseph,
a government
why when Kawana shows up, how is he able to get access to an ongoing program on a TV or radio station? Why can't the owners of the station say, no, respect Mwamba's presence here? You can't just walk in. Why can't they do that?
The problem
because
that
as far as I know, UPND government is not like it used to be before. They claim the media should be free. So why should Kawana just walk into a studio, a TV station? Why?
The problem that we have in this country, even the owners of the TV station, they fear unknown. They think like when they stop Kawana, tomorrow morning their TV station or their radio station are going to be closed, forgetting that they are Zambians. These are the people who are local investors who have employed those journalists. The ones is mistreating, because he's mistreating the journalists now. There is no way Kawana and UPND, they need to put the interests of the Zambian people first. And for them to deliver, they should know that the media must play its role, and also the opposition political parties, they need to talk so that they can change the way they are governing the country. But the way they are oppressing the media, the owners of the media, they are fearing that if we stop them, tomorrow they are going to close our TV station. How are we going to survive in this country where there is high cost of living? So I think that is the fear from the owners of the radio stations and the TV stations. But a person who can stop all this nonsense is the president. His Excellency, the president, Mr. Kainde Hichilema. If the problem that we have in Zambia, they want to do what the previous government was doing. Now, how are they going to win election? Because the PF, some of the cadres, when he was in Copper Belt, they did ABCD. And also Kawana is an eye opener. Is opening now to the cadres. Remember, we have got the radio stations and the TV stations, I can say, across the country. Now Kawana is opening a door for the cadres of UPND. Tomorrow it will be Chimbakambwili in Livingstone. The other day will be Membe in Mpika. The UPND cadres, it will be them opening and entering into the studio. And that is the nonsense we don't want. We are a democratic country. Zambia is a multi-party democracy. We are in a multi-party democracy. There is no way. We are not in a dictatorship. Let the media work accordingly. Let the opposition political parties do checks and balances accordingly for them to deliver. I have been advising them. PF managed to build what we are seeing today.
Let's play one more video and then we shall try to wrap up this thing.
So, soldiers just attacked my house. I mean, we are sure their soldiers because they came in a Land Cruiser for the army, and they were wearing uniforms, black uniforms. They covered themselves. They have masked themselves. They had put clothes, on their faces. They were well covered. So when they came, they were hiding in the garden. 2 of them were hiding in the garden behind. And when my worker came this morning, I opened the gate. The moment he went to the garden, they got him and tied him, and then asked him to lead him to the house so that they can come to me. Right now, my worker is still tied. They tied him. This is how they tied him. They tied him in the garden, and then asked him to come to the house. Now, go and bring the knife.
Isn't Tayari just making things worse for everybody and even for himself?
My brother or boss, I want to tell you, there is a proverb in our language. And I want to tell His Excellency, the President, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, that he is a president today. The next door is going to be a former president. You know, we are in a country where almost everybody is living in fear. Why should we live in fear? When Hakainde was in opposition, he assured the Zambians that we are going to live like we are in paradise. But what is happening now is something else. And there is no way. We have seen Tayari has been arrested so many times because it's like the government is not happy with the people who are talking. Even today, even me, I've been arrested before. Once you speak the truth, the UPND government, they don't want the truth. Once you speak the truth, you become the enemy of the government. But I can assure you, a good government must have an eye, and a good government must have an ear to listen. Because the UPND, they don't want to listen what the people are saying. Whoever is speaking the truth becomes an enemy of the government. President Hakainde Hichilema and the people who are working in the government, they should know that they are in the government because of the people. And when you look at Tayari, I love Tayari because he was on top of the sky when Hakainde was in prison. He was talking, can you release Hakainde Hichilema? When Hakainde Hichilema came out, still, because Tayari supported Hakainde, he never supported Edgar Lungu when he was in towards the election. Tayari was supporting Edgar Hakainde. But today, Hakainde must know that he's a person who lives in Zambia, and he is a president who needs to have a heart of forgiving. We are in this country because we are Zambians. And since we are Zambians, we need to respect our togetherness as Zambia one nation. Our government, any person who is talking the truth, anyone who is speaking the truth, tomorrow they are going to send the police officers. But we are in a multi-party democracy. In a multi-party democracy, there is no fear. In a multi-party democracy, you give the people to express their views so that whatever they are speaking, you can act upon them. Now, the government of the UPND, they want to shut everybody not to talk. How are they going to govern the country if all of us will stop talking? Now, we are sure President Hakainde Hichilema and the UPND, whether they like it or not, we are going to speak the way Mandela was speaking. We are going to work the way Kaunda was working. We are going to talk the way Nyerere was talking. Because we in Africa, we have come to realize that the future is greater than the past. Can we prepare a good future for the new generation to come? There are a lot of things that are happening in this country. He doesn't want us to talk about high prices of fuel. He doesn't want us to talk about high prices of meal, a staple food for the country. He doesn't want us to talk about high cost of living. Remember, what kind of a country is this? We are not going to allow. We are not going to tolerate. President Hakainde Hichilema, he was in opposition and he's in government. What he's supposed to do? He has to take his efforts and his energy to develop the country, not to fight people who helped him when he was in prison. He's not helping democracy as a president because he's in government because of multi-party democracy, which FTJ and other people they fought for when we had one-party state. So he's in government because of the people. And since people are the employers of a politician, power belongs to the people. People are able to see what is happening with Tari. People are able to see what is happening with Kamwili. GPM, you see, the way what is happening with Edgar Chagwarungu, our former president, I think you saw what happened. A person that gone with a grinder to cut the gate of the former president. Are we helping the country or we are destroying the country? Remember, President Hakainde Hichilema, since he won election, I want to advise you, when he was in opposition, he told the Zambian people that once I come into government, when I come into state house, he has failed to shift from community house to state house. Now, when we look at taxpayers' money, he's abusing taxpayers' money because every day fuel is being wasted. His car has to be serviced. Look at 1 year plus every day. His vehicles are on the roads. He's abusing taxpayers' money. That money is for the people, and we, the grassroots media, and the country at large, we are not going to accept a politician to sit on us. When the blind people, they are suffering along the streets, when the orphans, when the street kids are there, the president is busy abusing taxpayers' money. He's not using water, he's using fuel, and the cars he's using for 5 years. When we look at the police officers who are standing every day to guide him, to protect him from community house to state house, those police officers, they are human beings. They need to be respected. So what is happening in the country is uncalled for. President Hakainde Hichilema and UPND, they should change the way they are governing this country. This country does not belong to UPND. This country belongs to the Zambian people. And we need to put the interest of the Zambian people first, not individuals. Why he has refused to stay in state house? We told him, if you want to become a president, whether you are rich, you are poor, your plot one is the state house. Whether they are ghosts, whether they are rats, whether they are cockroaches, as long as you pick up a route of becoming a president, your house must be state house. But all these things, we have talked. The UPND, they have closed their ears. The UPND, they have closed their eyes. They are only fighting people instead of fighting poverty. African leaders, they should realize that nobody is going to change Africa. It is us, Africans, who are going to change Africa.
Let's listen to, let's read some comments by Joseph here before we conclude our discussion. I'll show you some pictures and then good morning from our dear friend and great supporter there. She says, good morning. And Priska. Brenda says, let's talk about Tayari. And this is what she's saying. No, the only reason Tayari switched gears was for his own pocket. He saw that PF was going out of the door, hence he was trying to secure the bag. Tayari nikandile. That's what Brenda is saying. And my dear sister Betty here says, okay, Chishimba, you need to be factual. I don't think you have truth in what you are saying. The best you should do is to appreciate the UPND government and President Hakainde Hichilema. Don't focus on small things. For a long time now, Zambia has the best focused president. That's what Betty is saying. Let me show you. I don't know if you want to comment on any of those comments, but I want to show you something here.
Let me comment on the one that has said we need to appreciate the UPND. You see, here in Zambia, in Zambia, you can show people black and believe it's white. Are you sure? we are buying fuel in the PF at 17 kwacha. Today we are buying more than 26 kwacha. Can we appreciate the UPND government? Today in the Copper Belt or Copper Belt province, Zambian people are lining up for a bag of meal. There is shortage of meal in UPND government. We should appreciate UPND. When you look at fertilizer issue agriculture, it's a myth. There is a downfall of agriculture in our country. People were given fertilizer in smaller quantities when the previous government was giving 6 bags. We need to appreciate UPND. Today, education is pathetic. In a class of in a classroom, we have more than 90 learners. Against one teacher. Are you sure we are going to have quality education after 10 years? Some of these things, let us just not be press singers. There are a lot of press singers because they are supporting President Taka Indechirema. With the grassroots media, we don't hate President Taka Indechirema and UPND, but they need to work according to their promises. Zambian people, they need a bag of meal, 50 kwacha. Zambian people, they need fuel, 12 kwacha. Zambian people, they need dollar less than 10 kwacha. Those are the promises of Akainde Ichilema. When you look at local suppliers, miners are complaining, truck drivers are crying, and today you are saying President Akainde Ichilema, what has he achieved? He has not achieved. When he's going to achieve, we are going to appreciate him as the President of the Republic of Zambia. But as at now, the UPND, you have brought poverty in the Republic of Zambia.
Okay, let's finish this very quickly by Chishimba. And our KBF did some courtesy calls on some opposition leaders. I think during the week, that's him there with Kalaba. He visited Tayari there. I was trying to figure out who this gentleman is in hospital.
This one is Cosmo Mumba.
Cosmo. Yeah, that's Cosmo
Yes.
Mumba.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, okay. There's KBF with that's Imboela, right?
Yes, Savoy, yes.
Yeah, that's Savoy. And there is KBF as well with
Sean Tembo.
Very quickly, just under like one, yeah, Sean Tembo. Just like under 1 minute or 2 minutes. But so are we going to be seeing this happening? Is somebody what are your thoughts about this? I know it's a courtesy call, and what should the opposition do going into 2026 in your view?
When you look at the political style of KBF is principled. You know, when you have got the principles, you will never be taken into a ditch. KBF was with the alliance of the UPND, and he saw that UPND, Zambian people are going to suffer. He said, you know, let me go and have Zambia must prosper. And that is our vision as grassroots media. We want to see a united opposition political party. And we as grassroots media, we posted on our Facebook page, we said, we recommend KBF. That is true leadership. Because when you look at all these opposition political parties that we have, nobody has gone, nobody has done what KBF has done. With the grassroots media, we appreciate it because we want to see a united opposition political parties as we go towards a general election in 2026. We say KBF, keep it up, and let also these opposition political parties be in the same spirit of KBF. That is true. That is true. That is true. When you say truth must be told, that the truth justifies a person. What KBF has done, that's our vision. We say keep it up, KBF. That is great leadership. When you want to become a leader, you become a role model. How do you become a role model? If you can't visit the sick in hospital, if you cannot meet your fellow players of the game, KBF is a game changer. With the grassroots media, we appreciate and we appeal to KBF through this forum that let him also visit the former president, Edgar Chagwarungu, because that is the father of the nation. Whatever happened in the past cannot be. Let's look at the future. Let KBF also visit the old politicians. They are Benavije, they are Kavinderezi, they are Guy Scott, they are Brigadier General Mianda. That is true leadership. When you want to become a leader, you need to visit, not to be visited. KBF has shown maturity in politics, and the KBF is a game changer. Let's see what happens in 2026. We are going to appreciate KBF because he has got the principles. He left UPND because he saw what UPND was to give to the Zambian people, and we are just waiting for his manifesto. Zambia must prosper manifesto so that we can see what is putting on the table, and we will support him as grassroots media, as our vision, because he's a great leader. How many opposition political parties in Africa, how many opposition political parties leaders have visited other opposition political parties leaders? That is a vision. That is a great vision. That is a leader. Those are the people we serve in Zambia. Those people who understand the togetherness. KBF, with the grassroots media, we take 3 steps ahead every day. We appreciate so much KBF.
Chishimba, thank you for taking your time today, everybody. That was our show. Jesse Joseph Chishimba is a content creator, director, and founder of Grassroots Media. My brother, keep pushing. That is the purpose of democracy. We need to have different voices going on, and we shall be in touch, everybody. I want to play this as we conclude the show.
Thank you very much. Across the country. Mwebale for minina okuba ama councillors mu 2026. Mwebale for minina as chairpersons. Mwebale for minina as members of parliament in the all constituencies. That reform came mukase palast. Mukale ma confusion. Tilafia stike mu 2021 kuliba PF. Bambi mwari umfuire chifukushi because we are not adopted. Then mwere palast minute. Last minute, you are the same people who brings confusion in every political party. So try and start devising for grassroots media. Ngana wishibati, ulefokwi minina as a councillor. Time has come. Golefokwi minina, Zambia must prosper. ZMP, time has come. Golefokwi minina, PF, in the all corners of this country. Time has come to start affiliating yourselves. Nechipanicha PF. Golefokwi minina. Pa SP. Time has come. You can call our numbers, grassroots media. We will take you to all these political parties. And at the end of the day, we want these all opposite political parties to come together, unite, and work as a team. So
Zambia Blog Talk Radio.